Okay, it's time to cook. So look, I don't tell you to listen to what I'm saying. I don't tell you to do what I tell you to do. I tell you to understand. I tell you to understand. Now, what does understand mean? It means to make what I'm telling you your own. And the only way you can make what I'm telling you your own is if you do the research and put in the study. That way you can understand or choose not to understand. But see, this is what you do to find truth. You have to understand what the person is saying, and then you can differentiate whether it is a lie or the truth. You see, when you understand something, then you can do what? You can prove it. You have receipts. But see, when you run in your mouth and you don't understand what you're saying, what do people do? They get emotional. They get emotional because they are confused and they don't understand what they are saying because there is no understanding to it because evidently it isn't the truth. Or they haven't put in the work and time necessary for the truth to resonate with them so that they do understand. So don't go around thinking, don't repeat what I say verbatim. If it does not align with you logically, if you cannot bring the receipts necessary to prove it, that knowledge is not yours. It may be the truth, but if you can't explain the truth, then then you don't understand what you're talking about because truth adds up. And if you don't understand the truth, you can't add anything to it. Then they can start subtracting from you. Know this. If they told you that Yahshua name was Jesus and he was Caucasian, and they are Neanderthals, then they will lie to you about anything. If they told you that Yahshua's name was Jesus and he was a Caucasian, then they will lie to you about anything. Anything. And Yahshua states in the Bible that he is the Son of Man. He states in the New Testament that he is the Son of Man. He tells you that he is not God. He says only God is perfect. So understand this. Chosen ones, spiritual warriors, don't worry about being perfect. You are not perfect. We are not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We will be deceived at times, but we have to go back and do our research to separate the lies from the truth. Because I told you this earlier. A lie can never become a truth, but a truth can be manipulated and altered into a lie. And that's what they do. That's what they do. See, Yahshua existed, and that's true. But what did they do? Changed his name, changed his ethnicity. They manipulated the truth. Then they took his teachings, which was spiritual philosophy, which is the name of this channel, and they turned it into what? Christianity. And now what is Christianity doing? Telling you that it's okay for same-sex marriages are okay. You see how they're taking the truth and now they're manipulating it more and more and more until the truth will not be recognizable. Now check this out. I don't watch Caucasians on TV because all that is narcissism. But anyway, yeah, and an example of it is you got all these black people living in Africa, right? Then this one white man, he gets lost in Africa, get raised by uh, chimpanzees, and all of a sudden he becomes the king of the jungle. But all the black people, we're just running around looking goofy. See, that's narcissism. I come with receipts. I was talking to a guy, and he was in this lobby, and he was watching this medical show came on. And you were seeing all the black doctors and this, that, and the black doctors, the white doctors, they're all getting along. But go to a hospital and tell me what you see. You see white doctors, you see white nurses. It doesn't even resemble what you see on TV. That's brainwashing. See, you have to think outside of the box, and the box is TV. So the first thing I must do is to lead, or maybe you can even say re-educate some of the chosen ones who haven't caught up with the rest of us to be able to recognize lies from reality. And the best way to do it is compare what you see on TV with reality. Compare what you see on TV with reality. They're lying. They're manipulating the truth. See, they don't tell all out lie. They simply manipulate the truth. And see, when you fall prey to their lies, and then someone disagrees with you, or a Caucasian, you're talking to a Caucasian, and you're telling him the truth, and he disagrees with you, he has no receipts. So what do? He gets emotional. He gets emotional. He gets bent out of shape. Then he wants to call you the N-word. See, he wants to call you the N-word. But let me explain something to you about that N-word. You see, Caucasians created the narrative that if you call a black person the N-word, they're going to want to fight. And see, black people have failed for that. That's a trick, because rappers have made the N-word popular. They have popularized the N-word to be cool. So if you call somebody the N-word, guess what? It's cool. It's cool to them. White people, Caucasians, they want to be called the N-word because it's cool. They want to be like that person in the rap record. The N-word is like the word gangster. At one time, to be a gangster was horrible. But see, it was glorified. And when you glorify it, then people want to be called an OG, old gangster. People want to be called a gangster because the word has been glorified from its original meaning. And the N-word has been glorified from its original meaning. And I remember I was walking down the street one day, getting ready to go into a store, and this young black man called this white boy the N-word. And it was like no big deal. And you see young black people doing it today. Now all of a sudden, and I watched two Mexican boys. They were fighting. And they were calling each other the N-words. I saw two white girls fighting online. And they were calling each other the N-words. But then all of a sudden, the media came out with this big thing about don't use the N-word, don't use the N-word. They didn't, when they called us the N-word with the N-word, they didn't say stop calling black people the N-word. You see, understand this, there's a method to their madness. And see, chosen one, we know this. But a lot of us that are at a lower polarity, a lower vibration, are just starting to visualize these things. And see, I want to help them to visualize these things, and I want to take the mask off. See, the first thing that we must do as the chosen ones and as spiritual warriors is to remove the mask, remove their mask, expose their hypocrisy. We have to see their hypocrisy first. We have to recognize their hypocrisy to free our minds from their lies. Yeah, we're cooking now. Talk to you later.